9 minutes.
Okay.
Let me get to it. What you heard in the keynote today about Android Auto is that we're trying to make the accessing information that you need while you're driving just safer and easier. And the way we want to do that is by stopping what we know you all do, and I do it too, is all this business where you're driving like this and this, and remove the incentive to use the phone. So I'm connected, there's really not a whole lot I can do, so let me just put it down. And focus on driving and using the controls in the vehicle that I'm already used to. So steering column, the things down here in the Audi, they have this. It's not a touch screen. They use a screen with a controller down here. So now that I'm connected, I have everything I need in a way that I'm familiar with. So we've tried to give access to the information in a way that's organized into apps. So maps, navigation, communications with phone, and texting, media apps, car apps. And the thing I kind of skipped over here is the welcome screen, which is what we're looking at here. So with Google Now and that kind of technology, if I've been searching on my desktop computer and said, hey, I'm going to dinner, I'm looking for Zuni Cafe, if I plug the phone in, the best thing to happen in the car would be for me to just suggest Zuni Cafe and avoid digging and hunting through apps for things, right? So it's like, oh yeah, Zuni, click, and I'm done.
Wait, how did you click?
Well, I didn't click, but I would sort of click on here and say I'm done.
You press it like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm going to get to that. Thank you. Or I can
Just
go...
want to make sure I didn't miss anything.
No, you didn't. I would click and it would go into it, or a call that I'd missed. But rather than do that, I just want to walk through the app so you get to actually see what they all are. So the first set are the media apps. First one, the default one, is Google Play Music. You'll notice that the control card that we have here is very simple, easy to understand for a driver, so I can, like I said, I just clicked. Sorry, that's loud. At that point I did click, so their way of choosing is to push down and then I rotate, and you'll see on the screen, next song,
I like this song.
No, this one?
Yeah, I don't think
it's
this
loud
is
though.
song. Oh, okay. Oh, closer.
Wait for it. But then there's this is sort of the standard approach, like a template that's useful for a driver, so I'm focusing up here. But then if I want to do other actions in Google Play Music, I can sort of click here and bring up the overflow menu for like, hey, I like this song too, let me start a radio station based on it. And then I can also bring up the media drawer here. And now I can get to all of Play Music, this sort of all access thing, so I can bring up the current queue of playing songs, or I can go and navigate to the radio or what have you. But the idea is that it's not deeply nested, it's organized in a really smart way so that I'm not having to dig around for things. But the thing we're actually most excited about, to be honest, is building a platform that other developers can use and build these cool apps for. So if I bring up the app picker here for media, I just kind of click on this and it brings up our other apps that have already been brought into the vehicle here, sort of compatible with Android Auto. So if I go look at maybe Spotify, and you'll sort of see how there's some similarities, because safety first, we don't want to confuse the driver with a radically different experience, so there's like a sort of a template approach, right? But there's ways that Spotify, for example, can bring in their own branded color. For the overflow menu, they've got things that a Spotify app user would recognize. It's like, oh yeah, I want to shuffle songs. Great, that's a Spotify thing that I know from my phone. Or when I pull up the menu, it's like, oh yeah, okay, I kind of, if I want to get to something, I know I can do my music, my playlists, and I'm right where I expect to be in a couple of clicks. So let me move on to the communications here.
Oh, your phone.
I
just want. Can you take one? Like,
you want me to take one for you?
Yeah, it does it pretty well. Sorry.
What kind of phone is that? I'm just kidding.
Android.
Yeah. So on the communications too, actually, we try and anticipate what the thing you would like to do the most. So if you plug your phone in, it's highly likely that your favorites are the people you want to see here first. So that if I want to call someone, click, and place a call to maybe Nobu, who's this actually a buddy, but it's also a cute little puppy. And it's going to use the car system to place that call. A very nice interaction for the driver here. And we can use a dialer perhaps This is probably more if you're stationary, you'd want to be using this. Yeah, so texting is all done verbally. It's a bit difficult to do in this environment because the telecommunications is a bit dodgy in here. But it's all about not looking at the screen, so it's not going to let me read a text message. It's going to speak the message to me.
Where's the microphone?
In this car, it's up here.
It's already built into the car, so it's not going to attach.
Yeah, so the cars do a really great job of making sure that when I'm speaking, it's going to pick it up regardless of road noise, ambient noise. It does a really nice job of doing that. So let's go to maps. You're in a car. Maybe you want to go somewhere. We have a way to center on the map. We can do things like this.
Oh.
Navigate to Alamo Square.
Navigating to Alamo Square, San Francisco.
So hopefully I can do a primary activity without looking at the screen.
Street northeast on Minna Street.
I can
600 feet. Use any lane to turn right onto 4th Street.
sort of mute guidance. I can look at alternates. I could even switch to a different app entirely. And then just sort of as I'm working with it, I get, the prompt here.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Yeah, that's sort of this unified notification framework that we announced in that sort of the Android L developer preview. So let me...
What'd you call it? The unified notification what?
Yeah, it's it's a framework.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually the heads-up notification is what it's called.
I see.
Yeah. So we can talk to it, we can get navigation, we can get information that's useful for me. So where I live, things I've been searching for, something I rated highly. Use the whole the Google Places information to see opening hours, things like that. So sort of like handy, but not too much, right? Just enough.
Mm-hmm.
What we expect though is for people to really use voice as the primary way to interact with the entire system. So stuff like this. What's my next appointment?
Your next calendar entry is today at 5 p.m. The title is Meet Daniel
Instead of
at
digging around on the
Starbucks.
phone, I'm just
Wow.
yeah. Or
It just searches what's on your phone, in your calendar.
what's the weather today? Yeah. Oh.
Today's forecast for San Francisco is 70 degrees and mostly cloudy.
And even sort of context sensitive. So my appointment was for Starbucks, so find Starbucks. So we're looking at the road, we're waiting, it's going to
Here
tell
are the
me,
listings for
great,
Starbucks within
listings, great. Let me
0.8 miles.
glance over here and it should have the listings ready, and I just click on one and it's going to complete the loop and sort of just start navigation for me. So
Actually, though, it said within 0.8 miles, but it found one that was 2.3 miles.
Yep. It was 2.3 miles away?
Yeah, the one that came up.
All right.
Well,
That sounds like a mistake.
Well,
That's good.
user
Thank you.
testing here.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, that's basically the wrap up, though. We're sort of almost out of time, but that's the idea.
Have you done user tests with, like I have a friend who studies distracted driving, and so have you done user tests or had that kind of,
Yes. Yeah, we've worked.
human factors, people come in and they think it's safe?
It's safer.
It's safer.
Yeah, it's
Is it
safer
safe
than holding
then?
a phone. I think that's sort of something that we got to work with our automotive partners on. It's sort of like a categorical statement. Is it safe? It's safer than the alternative
It's
that people are
certainly
doing
safer than
now,
the
right?
alternative.
And that's kind of what we're focusing on.
I don't use my phone when I drive. I'm an old fart though, so that's,
Yeah.
I try not to.
But the company, Audi, must feel like it must be safe enough for them to put their name on it.
Yeah, I mean they have a testing department. We're working with them on that. We have our own approach to it as well. So yeah, clearly we want to build something that's safer,
Yeah.
Safer.
right?
Okay, yeah, that's pragmatic.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So thanks very much.
Thank
Unfortunately,
you.
we got out of
Excellent.
time. Thanks a lot.